Hi, my name's Sasha Guay, and I'm a physiotherapist working at Grand River Sports Medicine. Today, I want to talk to you about mobility that can optimize your performance in hockey. We're going to go over why mobility matters and a number of key stretches to do before and after physical activity to maintain an optimal range of motion to maximize your performance on the ice. Mobility or range of motion is extremely important in all sports and physical activities throughout our life. Today's presentation will be covering peripheral awareness or awareness of our surroundings, having efficient and effective movement, and preventing injury. What do I mean by mobility? I'm referring to the ability of moving all your joints and limbs in space through their full intended range of motion without injury. Let's start with peripheral awareness. This simply means the ability to know what's going on around you. Having a greater range of motion and mobility improves your peripheral awareness. It improves your gameplay and awareness of the ice surface. Let's take Wayne Gretzky as an example. He was thought to have a superior peripheral awareness to his opponents, which was one of the many reasons why he was ultimately called the Great One. Having more awareness of what's going on around you allows you to receive passes more efficiently, better be able to read the ice, create better space, and have better foresight as to where you should be on the ice. As we mentioned in the first video we started with on concussion, having better awareness of your periphery allows you to play safer. Peripheral awareness allows you to avoid contact in dangerous plays. Being able to avoid contact also increases the speed of your play. Having optimal mobility also allows you to move efficiently. It allows you to keep your feet moving down the ice while turning to accept a pass. It also allows you to keep your feet in place but turn your body to redirect a shot. And it generally allows you to use less energy to perform a range of movements such as reaching to stick check or avoid an offside. Increased mobility is also beneficial for injury prevention. When your body is able to move freely throughout its entire range of motion, you use less energy and strain your muscles less, and you also put yourself in less positions that risk you of having an overuse injury. There are two types of stretches to optimize our mobility, dynamic and static. Dynamic stretching is a continual, repetitive movement that is held for no longer than 5 seconds. Its purpose is to increase blood flow and muscle elasticity. This is the type of stretching that is to be done before physical activity. Static stretching, on the other hand, is when we hold a position for ideally 30 to 60 seconds. Less than 30 seconds will not be of significant benefit. This type of stretching increases the length of muscle and is therefore done after physical activity. Foam rolling is also a popular modality to increase mobility and has been shown to benefit us whether done before or after physical activity. When done before physical activity, it can improve your sprint performance or explosiveness and flexibility, whereas when it's done after, it can improve recovery times and decrease muscle soreness. For the sake of this presentation, we are going to focus mostly on the mobility of the hip and the upper back, also known as your thoracic spine. These two areas of our body are important for mobility with rotation or turning around, which is what allows you to keep your feet moving forward down the ice while you turn your body to receive a pass, for instance, or look around for open players, among many other common movements we make throughout the game. These are some common, simple, dynamic hip mobility exercises. A reminder that these are to be done during warm-up or before physical activity. The first exercise here is a Cossack squat. So you are lengthening your groin or adductors as well as your hamstrings under load and continually moving side to side. Pick a depth of a lunge that's comfortable for you and is not painful. The next one is a dynamic lunge with a reach. So this is helping stretch all of the muscles of the anterior or front chain of your body. Make sure that when you get down to the bottom of a lunge, you tuck your tail or scoop your pelvis forward. And the last one is a dynamic 90-90. So have your feet situated flat on the floor or with your heels planted and let your knees fall side to side. You'll feel a stretch predominantly in the top leg's glute area. This should feel like a good stretch and not painful and pinchy. You can change the level of difficulty by either laying flat on your back or sitting up tall without using your hands. This slide is going to be covering static hip mobility. In the first stretch, you're doing a lunging hip flexor stretch. So you get into a comfortable lunge position. Make sure to scoop your tail or tuck your tail between your legs, and you can intensify the stretch by reaching up towards the sky. This is going to be stretching structures at the front of your back hip. The second stretch is a figure 4 with or without the use of a foam roller under your hip. As you can see, my right leg is bent over my left, which is creating a 4 position of my legs. This is going to create a stretch in the glutes of my right hip. Adding a foam roller under the right glute can intensify the stretch. The last stretch is a kettlebell weight shift. Plant one foot and turn it out to the outside with your other knee planted. Using a weight of no more than 20 pounds, shift your weight into that planted foot and feel a good stretch into your adductors or groin area, as well as your hamstring and hip. Here are some dynamic thoracic mobility drills, again to be done before physical activity. The first one is a deep squat with rotation. This one actually benefits our hip and lower body, as you can see that we're in a deep squat, but it also puts us through a continual rotation range of movement, which allows us to optimize our thoracic or upper back extension and rotation, which is very important during gameplay. The second one is thread the needle. Be sure to sit with your bum on your heels, which allows you to isolate more of your upper back. Reach under your armpit and then turn to face this opposite direction and reach up towards the ceiling. This should feel like a good rotational stretch in your upper back. And the last one is called open the book. So laying on your side with your knees tucked up towards your chest, pretend like you're a book and you're opening up towards the ceiling. Repeat these movements. Dynamic movements can be done for 30 to 60 seconds and should never be painful. The last three mobility drills that I'm going to cover are static thoracic mobility drills. The first one is simple and it's extending your upper back over a foam roller. It also doubles as a nice massage with the foam roller on your back muscles. Be sure just to slowly and comfortably shift your weight back and forth on the foam roller, and you can stop at a position that feels good. The next stretch is a split latch stretch. So go into a middle splits position, something that's comfortable, and then reach from one side to the other, opening up your side body and feeling a good stretch along your lats. The last one is using a fixed post or beam. Turn your hand over so that your palm is facing towards the outside and hold on to that beam. Then sink your hips back and let your body rotate towards the arm that's holding onto the beam. Again, you'll feel a nice stretch in your lats. Remember that mobility isn't something that you need to do only when you're in pain or only when you are about to partake in physical activity. Maintaining your mobility is an important part of everyday life and should be done right from a young age. Be sure to give these static and dynamic mobility drills a shot and let us know if you have any questions or concerns. Feel free to reach out to us on the emails provided on the first slide. Thank you for paying attention to this presentation and good luck in the rest of the season.